Hi, I'm Maury Shank, and this is a project close report for the Crypto Regulation Surveillance Project in the Cardano Emerging Threat Alarm Challenge in Fund 6. So we've gotten further than we thought we would with this project, delivered excellent return on intention, but it hasn't happened exactly the way we expected. Sort of things may break and differ from iteration to iteration case. So what we intended to do is develop a structure to help Cardano and the Catalyst community look out for regulatory threats to cryptocurrency and blockchain more generally. And the way we started that is to look for resources, to develop a network of sensors, to look for developments around the world, and then provide a structure for gathering the information. That's what we proposed. And we started by looking within the Cardano community. We had an after town hall event, and we reached out to some contacts that I have through my career and both also through Cardano to some outside contacts. So I'm going to share my screen, and we made contact with the Blockchain Alliance, which is a blockchain entity that I know through Steptoe, a law firm where I am affiliated. And one of the partners there agreed to support our efforts. We made contact with the California Blockchain Advocacy Coalition, who I met through the Prism Pioneers program and Catalyst more generally, and they were interested to help. And we found the Global Blockchain Business Council. This was the most promising. We've talked to the CEO there. But what happened is the Global Blockchain Business Council has something called GSMI, the Global Standards Mapping Initiative. And they have done a tremendous job of mapping encryption, crypto regulation around the world. And replicating this would require a lot of work. So we thought, well, let's leverage what's out there already. And then we looked around and we found that within the Catalyst community, the DLT 360 risk project was looking at legal and regulatory and made contact with them. And what has happened is that the work that I've described today, I did with a colleague, Bruno Schneider, when it became apparent that we weren't going to build this thing ourselves, or we weren't going to try to duplicate what the Global Blockchain Business Council had done, Bruno said, well, why don't you work on it with DLT 360 project? And that's what I've done. And so, we've already within DLT 360, we formed a team. It's led by, the overall project is led by Heinz Gassner. I've agreed to be a senior advisor to the legal and regulatory component, along with some others, and we're looking at topics in regulation and legal that could affect the development of crypto and blockchain. This is a Miro board that we developed of a whole lot of topics, and we've also started to develop actual materials in some areas. Smart and legal contracts, and blockchain and financial regulation, looking at EU and US. Those were developed primarily by the junior team at DLT 360, but I'm providing a role as a senior advisor. And I've committed, based upon the funding received from this project, to work without any further compensation, at least through June, to support the DLT 360 project. So there will be some ongoing work, but I'm going to call the project closed because we have achieved what we said we would, what we aim to achieve. We're doing it in collaboration rather than just ourselves, but the aim was to create a structure for identifying legal and regulatory risks to blockchain. And there is one now that's being built with DLT 360, and they're in the lead, but it's an area in which I have huge experience. I'm now a senior advisor to the project, and it's going to go into the future. One of the things I said when I made this proposal is I didn't want to lead this thing. I don't have time to do it. This structure that we found is ideal for me because others are leading it. There's a junior team, but I can devote my expertise to it. It's kind of exciting, actually, because taken this exactly where I wanted, and it's got an exciting future. So thank you very much for funding this project, and hopefully you'll see more from me and from the much broader DLT 360 team in the future.